Speaker for the Dead by Ender Scott Card. In stark contrast with the sunset in the background, the tall black tower watches over me with its glowing red eye, its limb-like ramps serving as takeoff ramps for vehicles resembling the Millennium Falcon. It sits on a bed of the deepest of blacks, interrupted only by small yellow dots and long red lines. As I follow the lines out towards the horizon, I encounter a mass of bright white light. A city, perhaps. One the tower seems eager to protect. Not one of these flying ships would be a match for its enormous cannons. This majestic beast brings back memories of a visit to an aircraft carrier in New York, with the takeoff and landing ramps as well as the powerful cannons. The main non-geometric difference between these two behemoths is the vehicles that they host to. The vehicles on this cover are not your ordinary fighter jet. And knowing that the previous book ended with a war in space, I would guess that these vehicles have the ability to travel throughout the universe. As I think about the vehicles coming in, the people coming in also come to mind. With the city so far away, where will they stay? A bulge at the base of the tower may very well be the answer to my question, but I quickly realize that there is more to be said about the people in this picture. Where are they coming from? Where are they going to? Are they even human? Sadly, the cover alone will not answer these questions. Perhaps the pages will. For the first time since the genocide of the buggers by the monster center, humans had found intelligent alien life. Having learned to love Ender Wiggin, the suffix "side" struck a sour note. I had known Ender as one of the most kind and loving people, even though he had been cruelly manipulated and tricked into exterminating the race known as the buggers. It was not he who had slaughtered the buggers, it was his teacher at the battle school who had killed them, scraping the bloodstains onto the hands of Ender and the soldiers that he had commanded. Another use of words that sent a chill down my spine was, "for the first time since." This signifies that the slaughter had happened a long time ago. The first book had left Ender with a plan to restart the bugger race. The fact that a long time had passed, and that people still considered him to be monstrous, had led me to think that either A, Ender had not managed to revive the bugger race, or B, he had, but people didn't forgive him for it. Neither of the possibilities pleased me. The difference between Ramen and Varos is not in the creature judged, but the creature judging. When we declare an alien species to be Ramen, it does not mean that they have passed the threshold of maturity, it means that we have. In my mind, I go back to the days of racism against those of a different skin tone or way of living than the general public. But more specifically, the end of those days. The way they connect to this paragraph. It wasn't that the minority had changed so that they were now deemed good people. It was that the majority had changed so as to accept the minority as good people. In a way, this paragraph was a hidden way to show the author's thoughts on racism. The author's way of thinking can be summarized as equality equals maturity. At the start of the chapter, I am introduced to a human attempting to learn about a new species that has been found on a planet on which he is stationed. He has spent a lot of time with the members of this new species, and with them being so intelligent, has become perfectly comfortable seeing them as one of his own kind. Unfortunately, he is under strict license restricting him from teaching the new species human culture. This means that as soon as he gets too comfortable, he may have to be forever separated from the new species. I am instantly brought back to all the verbal battles I've had with some people that I just can't be comfortable around. Talking with them is like being under the trained eye of a sniper rifle. As soon as you blow your cover, you're dead. These memories are not very pleasant, but it's nice to know that the author, or at least the character, understands how I feel. As the chapter goes on and the pace slows down, I am introduced to a new character, one who believes that the world has shut her out, and so locks the door. I note that I often lock the door when I don't want someone to see that I am hurt or crying. But otherwise I find that this is a character that only the author can explain to me.